Namaste, you guys. It's Shavanna here, and I have to say, today has been wow. So much more you're going to see in the next video that I'm going to do after this one, but I decided, I'll do a quick energy reading or just see what, besides what I'm going to show you in the video coming up after this, which is the second video in the angel message from the 2018 11/11 portal that came through to me, that I was going to be intuitively guided or channeled, or anyway, they were going to let me know when to send the messages. So today was the day for the second one, and which is given to us by Archangel Uriel. So that one's going to be a little bit of a tough one, and so in doing that, because I just did the Green Witch Tarot, and this is a follow through for our feminines on the Uriel angel message, and I think it's just because they wanted to give more clarity, or he did, as well as, I'm sure, our Divine Mother and Father. So I'm going to show you the cards, and then we're going to go over the message real fast, and be sure to tune in for that. It's all done on and this is funny, you'll see it here as well. This whole thing started with a 369 moment for me, and figuring out that, everybody knows that's the Tesla's theory for the key to the universe, the key to everything, to divine. And that's what came up with the portal. That's what's coming up now. It's continuing with the angel messages. So I will turn this around, so stay tuned for that. And please like, share, comment. This will be a great topic to comment on. This is a little controversial, but it's definitely about growth and probably needs to be said. So stay tuned, and this is your energy reading for today, Saturday. It's actually just going to, I'm not even going to put a date on it, because this is going to be one that's just going to stick for a while until things change. So without further ado, stay tuned. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Get this out there, guys. Get this word out there. These are direct messages from our archangels and source. Please share, especially if you know anybody that you know resonates with this, if you don't. And yes, without further ado, this is the reading. Okay, so here is that reading. Now, this is the follow-up to the divine cry, or a cry, from Archangel Uriel. He doesn't really cry. This will be a formal statement, but this is in regards to the feminines. Okay. The energy we have surrounding here is the Emperor. Let me pull these out just a little bit, which is shown here by the Horned God, and the Three of Chalices. Now, okay, this is about the state of our masculines, kind of also the place we have put them in regards to broken families. This is also about feminines and the relationships with masculine significant others, and or twin flames, or mothers. So that we're going to say that. This, of course, as we see in all the animals surrounding him, a lot of these are little trickery ones, or a very harsh, devouring ones. The meeker ones, of course, are being, contained by him. This is the horn god of the all these. I don't even want to say what I want to say, but I'm going to say it. He no longer has control of his realm. He no longer has control of his world, which is adversely putting our world out of balance. And that's as a collective, you guys, as a whole. And the responsibility of us feminines is that we have forgotten that it is our responsibility as well to nurture relationships, to care for that unique, fragile balance that is in the universe, and not only the universe, but our homes, our children, our significant others, other spouses, things like that. Our men are no longer allowed to be this masculine, capable warrior type who can contain all of these aspects in his position, because we have thwarted things out of control. Now, this is usually done during the breakup, even if it's a marriage or otherwise, okay? So, and part of this has to do with deception, jealousy, fear, just going around, and as females, and vice versa for the males. Now, this goes for both. I have to say this is more of a cry for the females, and I am very, very sorry. But he's not sorry, Archangel Uriel, because we know better. Now, it's indicated by the moon here, and we do have the full moon that'll become the new moon, and full moon will be coming up. All of it's about family. All of it is about that tight circle. Love begins there. Foundations for life begin there. In religion, belief systems, everybody has to be an individual, though. But we're too busy tearing each other apart over love. Love is not that. Love is for the overall good. Love is remembering that there was affection and it no longer exists in that realm, but we have a responsibility to make sure that the world doesn't turn upside down for everybody, okay? Now, what this is about is, of course, we have the moon here with the Ten of Wands, the Three of Chalices, the Horn God. We have, during these split up and breakups, and even sometimes somewhat remaining in our marriages and boyfriend, girlfriend, life partners, whatever you want to call it, there always seems to be one in the position of being overwhelmed. Overwhelmed with responsibilities. Climbing constantly, as you can tell here, uphill. The stairs are far between. There's no stable road. There's just no foundation. There's nothing there. There's this circle, but no ceiling, no real walls, no real door. Because there's always just one. Now, when we break up, that's because we've got females who just want to collect child support and or any kind of aid, and harbor the gentleman who can now no longer support himself. He gets dilapidated. He's no longer this, and will no longer have this. If he has that, he has to have a woman in return that's willing to take on the responsibility of the pain and the financial aspects, as well as the war and dealing with the wife and mother or whatever. And there's no chance for this. There's no chance for them in this. We have to find a balance. All this thing is about balance. It's really crying about for the twin flames, ultimately. Even though you have children with somebody, it's a karmic relationship. But the twins are having a hard time reconnecting and reuniting, one because of responsibilities for the male, which Uriel goes over in the divine cry from Archangel Uriel. That's for the divine masculine. So feminines, don't get upset. there's one for them as well, okay? This one's for you real fast. All of it's about becoming an individual. Now, when breaks up doesn't mean that he who's overwhelmed is exempt or shouldn't be held responsible. That is not it. But you have people who are now being deceptive, hiding things, doing everything, and just so they can survive, so they can live. Some are doing it for worse reasons. Others are really just barely getting by, and who have a service and a purpose that they cannot meet because there has been this tool called divorce and the laws surrounding it and the child support and visitation laws, all that kind of crazy stuff that has put our masculine is this now when he was this and needs to be this moving forward into our new earth. This is what the start of a family should be. This is what a blended family should look like. This is the way that the females need to be getting along. They need to respect each other. They need to like one another in their aspects, pretty much. And you know what? Help each other raise these children. Help each other provide a stable environment and a happy home. Remembering, like I said in the Archangel Michael, when to be angry, when to be stern, when to be soft, when to nurture. Know the difference between what is real and what isn't real, not to be reactive, trying to curb that in. Home is being ripped apart by our feminine negative aspects. We all have them. We need them. They're going to show up, but it's ripping apart our planet, our universe, essentially. Our happiness. The word love no longer exists. Nobody really understands what that truly is. We think it's something else. It's not. It's not that at all. We've taken it and made it something that is not even real, and obliterated it to the point to where we can't even stomach to love anymore. Why? Because of all of this right here, this little triangle right here. And as you see, it is in the shape of the feminine. Okay, that's why Uriel wanted this to be said. You deserve this too, ladies. But if you have a man of your dreams who has this situation, you're never going to get it. But you can't cause it with your own. Now, what they're asking is everybody to be fair. And for the females too, we're never going to have the earth where it's going to be Ozzy and Harriet ever again, ever. Okay? Asking for the females to be their individual selves independently and financially, as well as the masculines. That way everything is handed out in balance and fairness, and everybody gets to have a great life, stable family home. Nobody has to worry about losing the roof off of their whole existence or being left with a shabbiness because a relationship didn't work out. That's life. So what? People who are doing it out of vindictiveness, jealousy, really bringing down somebody's name, all that stuff, revenge, envy, just wanting to really oppress and hold back. You have some really big karma that's going to be dealt. And we don't want to do this in fear at all. We really don't, because all of this is just for the highest good. You all are going to be getting messages. And really, ultimately, guys, being an independent self, woman or otherwise, is the most powerful thing that you can do. It's going to turn you into this a whole lot easier than when you're asking for your existence to be provided by somebody else, or that's how you get back at such and said, which in turn makes it that you don't have to be your individual self. You make your individual about getting back at this person and or manipulating and or playing around or playing with him. And in the end, nobody gets this. Nobody has this anymore. You're not even free to leave a marriage and move on to somebody that you may think more of or may have that better aspect of your life purpose or where you're headed, because this one is keeping you here. You know it, so you want to hold on to this. You won't go. You're never going to receive this, ever. You guys, we've got to stop this all the way around, feminines. It is time for us, and I'm at fault too. I am going through a divorce. I am guilty of this myself. In order for things to be good with my true twin flame, and not the twin flame that was brought to me as an illusion only to prep me for my real twin flame. But you know what? Because I'm in that position, him and I can't make that next move. We couldn't even begin to make a move on a romantic aspect because we are both in this situation. And with the laws right now, all they're doing is throwing our men in jail, letting you women do whatever it is, and when he goes to jail, then you're left with whatever, and then you're bitter and you're angry, and you got to figure it out on your own anyway. So why don't we just start from the beginning and start being all that we can be, understanding the world and what we live in and what's necessary for us as individuals. Do that, raise our kids, have great, happy family lives. So these are adjusted individuals going into the next earth. Excuse me, even though we should write that down. Stop draining the resources and taking what isn't ours because we don't want to do the work. And y'all know you do. Y'all know it's out there. We need to face it. We need to come to terms with ourselves. And we need to take a hard look at ourselves in the mirror and say, am I being the best mother person by doing this? Anymore, it's not about spending time with your children. Anymore, it's about getting the home stabilized. And that is, I'm sorry, done by finances. Now, we are trying to change the world, but it's one step at a time. We got to start with us. So, because this is about lovers and families and twin flames and just the overall, condition of our home lives, and in total, our kids, each other. Because we can't forgive and forget, and we're upset and mad, and I'm too. And wow, look at this, guys. We're not getting the most we can get. There we go. I'm trying to put it somewhere where it'll stay. 10 of coins. Look at that. Now that's the final message. And feminines, stop waiting there like you're entitled for somebody else to be handing you something. You are capable. You are the central energy of the universe. You can and will provide for yourself and become an individual and assist. And for those out there who are already doing it, absolutely bully for you. Mentor somebody who isn't or could use your help and advice. Reach out to those feminines who you see are doing it. Now, this is, and I know there's some out there, single moms, that are having to do it all by themselves, and that's another thing for Uriel with the Divine Masculine message that's getting ready to be done after this video. This was a quick one for the females, so nobody get upset. Everybody has a responsibility, but we do as well for the condition of our men, our masculines. And now we have the 7 of coins. 7s are big in this. 7 of coins right there. 4 and 3 are 7. Listen, guys. We need to stop living under that illusion that we are really providing this for ourselves, and when we're not. Keeping ourselves in a certain state, and as you see the kid's just blankly staring at his mom, and she's got this look of pride, and he's not even really sure why. The tree is not very big. It's weighted down over here. That's because it's not nurtured or grown by the people it needs to be nurtured and grown by. It is being provided by somebody else. There's no real, it's fake. I mean, it's just this illusion of where you are successfully has nothing to do with you but the person that's providing it, and the child knows it. Split the deck in half. Power. 4. This is what we seek. The Arthur and Guinevere. This is a power couple. We should be equal to one another. We should be helping each other as a male and a female, or masculine or feminine energy, need to be helping each other in the aspect of our worldly being, our earthly selves, our divine selves, everything. He holds the staff. She sits beside him. They're wearing the exact same color. He is wearing the garb of red. He holds the passion for the overall rule, and he sets her evenly as the throne. You see, there's not separated. They are as one. And this meaning is that we just need to give him his power back, guys. We just need to give him his masculine power back so that he can do what masculines do, what fathers do, what husbands do, life partners, anything you want to call it, okay? And as you see in the background, you see this angel right up there, kind of piercing. It almost looks like something's pushing it away, kind of piercing the male there. We've got to stop that with the horses. We have halted his movement as a man, as a male energy in the universe. It is stunting the fabric. We've got to stop. And we do that just by becoming our own and changing things one step at a time. That is all that we can do. And wouldn't we like that back? Or invite it into our life? A new beginning, a new growth, a new man. I'm just saying, feminines, and I'm one there too, and I have heard the call, and I certainly do not want to not listen to such a powerful archangel and these messages that are divine, and be so blessed to hand them over anyway. It's a hard lesson for all of us during this twin flame journey, this new world. Our responsibility to even send the messages is tough for us, the light workers and way showers. It's tough. It's really tough. Well, you know, because after that, you know, we get to rest. We'll be resting divinely. It's going to be a little rough. Take some time out. Just don't even, if this is your, you know, you're going through this and these changes that are going to be happening when there's night comes day, the water's going to be a little rough. If the clean, even slate is just not talking to each other, getting yourselves together, and then trying to come together in mediation, that's a good idea. Do that. This is upside down at the moment, but it could go this way. Whoop. There we go, guys. We do have a choice. We can grow him, bring him back down to that Prince of Staves, or we can watch it all deteriorate. It's our choice, guys. It's a kiss on the cheek right there. We know what we need to do, ultimately, to take our next step. There she is. And be her. Be the love, guys. Let's do this for the universe, for our children, for ourselves, for our future loves, for our old loves. We can do this. We're the feminines. There will be some sacrifices made by making this decision, but it's going to be okay. Anything that walks away is meant to walk away. Anything that you have not grown into or outgrown will either go away or find a way to grow. Three of Coins. She's very peaceful as she's walking away from what's in front of her, but it's very secure, and it's not like she's not going to be walking back. She's going out to do what she needs to do. The windows are open for that to happen. She's content. There's peacefulness there in the Three of Coins. This is a blessing from Archangel Uriel. And it's funny, they're wearing the colors of him, the red and gold. King of Staves. There will be some heartbreak, guys. This is an abrupt change. But this is how our children feel. This is the breakup. This is, to me, is a representation of the breakup of the families right now. And our universe. We're trying to go through awakening, guys, but it is upside down. Let's get that turned around so that all of us can go meet our flames and ascend and or live our life purpose and get through this lifetime, okay? I'm just flipping cards, guys. We need to channel her. The original mother, Hera. Look at the size of her pentacle. Her secure, serene background, the beauty of her. She's wearing that pink in which she stands beside her man. She's adorned beautifully in the jewelry. She's sitting comfortably, not on a throne, but a settee, because life is comfortable and good and warm. This is the key to this. All right, guys, I think that's a pretty good message. So feminines, come on, let's step up, you know. I plan to do it. I have heard the message. I surely can't ignore it. I feel a little shameful right now, and you know what, I'm not going to, because this is all a part of that awakening process and every step and aspect of what we're trying to improve and grow on. And sometimes we don't see things, we get too wrapped up. We forget the big picture. For the greatest good is not just what's going on in our families, what's going on in this universe, our planet, our family structures, even taking it from going down, our safety. Just like we want that Prince of Staves, we want to be this Princess of Cups, we want to receive, we want to be her, we want to be lovely, we want to be her again. I know it's hard, it's going to be hard, but our first step in picking up that next process in love and what truly love is, and as we grow and get through this process and change things, we're slowly going to see what it truly is, what love really means, true love, divine love. Okay, guys, good enough. Please leave your comments and messages, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what you're thinking, let me see if I can answer any questions. Now, this is from Archangel Uriel. He thought it was very, it was for me for the masculines. He wanted to throw in this feminine word here just because he wanted to get it clarified. And, you know, this part of his whole message is that we're losing our men. They don't even want to marry anymore. They don't want to have children. There's only few men out there that have that strength and the courage to love and to continue to grow and have families and provide. And, you know, so I was channeled to read you Isaiah 4. So in that day, 7 women will take hold of one man and say, "We will eat our own food and provide our own clothes. Only let us be called by your name and take away our disgrace." That means the women are no longer marrying for somebody to provide for them. They're marrying him to become as one with their husband, to take his name, to be what we are intended to be. That would be the only reason why we would need to marry a man, is to couple up with him, to become that one unit under his name as God and the goddess. And I know I'm reading from the Bible, and I am pagan, and this doesn't normally happen, so I think we all need to pay attention to the fact that a lot of us are being channeled with angels and Bible verses and God. And this is also Isaiah 54:4. Do not be afraid, you will not be put to shame. Do not fear disgrace, you will not be humiliated. You will forget the shame of your youth and remember no more the reproach of your widowhood. To me, that's in meaning that those females that are going through breakups and they weren't wanted, they're left with their children, any of those things, you know, because men don't want to date women with children, or they don't want to be over obligated, any of that. But what that verse is saying to me is that when you do this process, it's going to grow us into a place to where, and I'm sure you don't have any shame about having children. It's not about that. It's about the fact that you are not able to attract a man. And on some aspects, let's be all truthful with one another. We do feel shame. I know that I do. And they're saying don't do that anymore. You won't be humiliated. You're going to be supported in this aspect. It's going to grow. Your life is going to be wonderful. When we're young, we do stupid things, okay? We no longer have to live in the folly of the unfortunate decisions we've made in our youth that have caused huge problems and an overall status in our world over marriage, broken marriages, and mixed families. You're no longer going to have that worry, and why take him to the cleaners or her, whichever way, because you know you're going to be alone for the rest of your life. Because we do make our children our number one priority. When we put our lives aside, that's not what we're supposed to be doing at all. When this all comes around, none of that is no longer an issue. Doesn't matter when you have children. Doesn't matter, you know, if you want to give your all to your home, wife, and family, you're also going to have to give your all to providing and being a helpmate to whomever's sitting beside you. And if you decide to be alone, you decide to be alone. That's awesome. But it's about the family structure that we're trying to fix and introduce to the new world under new concepts. And hopefully we can change some laws too along the way that make things even across the board as far as where families are concerned, to stop this abyss of misery and dilapidation in our family structures, as us as females and us doing to the males, and males vice versa. Their hate and contempt, their disregard, their all of that is all coupled with this thing. It's a responsibility to each other. It's the flow. It has to get better, guys. And that is your messages. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And look for that cry from Archangel Uriel for our divine masculines and feminines. This was for you. And as always, it's for the highest good and for most love, biggest love to you guys and are changing the world. Okay, Shavanna here, and you guys have a good day.